Highland Park represents the best of what public education can be, because we want to make sure that these children have every opportunity to be successful in life and do anything they want, not only as local citizens, but as global citizens of the planet.
Being in the elementary school, that's where you teach children to love learning, and I think our staff members do that exceptionally well.
Dr. Carter does a really nice job of making sure that the right teacher is in the right place for the kids.
I've had several people ask me about, you've been at UP, would you teach at any other schools? Would you move on if, someone else has offered you a job or something like that? I don't think so. I mean, I really like UP.
The teachers here at the school all show an incredible amount of interest in the development of your child and make you think that your child is the only student in their classroom.
The students who walk through this door they have the future in their eyes. They know that's where they're going to live their lives, and they see the teachers as the persons who are going to lead them to the brightest future imaginable.
The staff members, the teachers, the principal, the nurse, everybody that works in this school is committed to being the very best that they can be.
It's the marrying of the passion for children and the artistry of your craft that makes magic in a classroom, and that's what we have here. Parents lend their energies and their resources to the school. Here you truly work alongside parents, and all of that is really centered and focused on what is best for this child. And therefore our resources and our commitment and our passion and our time and our energies are directed towards our goals for these children.
There are so many programs that go on here that could not happen without the parents, such as the cafeteria servers, any of the volunteers who help in the library, the supply room.
I was the principal at University Park, and I would defy you to walk through the halls of our school at any time and not run into 4 or 5 moms that were working in the library, working here, there, willing to help without interfering. That was the amazing thing. And of course our cafeterias were run by the PTA.
I can still remember my mom walking up from Stanford, just 1 block over, to be a cafeteria mom, and that persists to this day. That's one of the traditions that's still here. Our cafeterias are run by our volunteer moms. They serve each week our children. There's so many more ways now that they serve. I think that's probably a major difference, is that the parents do so much more now than they used to, which is great because they become involved in their children's educational situations, which I think benefits the child and the parent.
One of the prime factors here is parental involvement, that they are involved with their kids, and this shows it.
Well, there's lots of things that make the district special. It's the hometown feel, parent involvement, where if you have any questions or you want to talk to a parent or anything, they're always there to listen, easy to get a hold of.
When we have teachers that are working on creating voracious learners, it's not very hard, because that's a shared value that they've already heard from the time they sat on their parents' lap with the first book that was read to them.
It works both ways. The school attracts people who want to be involved, and then the people who want to be involved are attracted to the school, and it works well, and that's what's continued the excellence of the HPISD.
I think the schools impact the community by being a bonding place. It is a small town, and I think that's reflected in the fact that our parents and the community at large invest in the school so heavily.
One of the things that I've always really been so grateful for with the school district is that we have that neighborhood school feeling.
The people that stick around and want to continue to see the success of the district is completely understandable. It's a community, and the community really comes out through the school system and the support of the school system. If we didn't have these wonderful schools, we'd be just another neighborhood.
I'm extremely proud of our school system and our community.
I think the unique thing about the HPISD schools is that symbiotic relationship with the community.
I think the school caring so deeply for the children and our staff really wanting the best for each child, that has just stayed the same throughout all the years, and I predict it will stay the same throughout the next however many years we're here.
I have lifelong friends that I still see that were at University Park with me. If we didn't have television and we didn't have air-conditioned homes, so our life after school was outside making up games. And we made up games and we played them well until it was time to come in for dinner.
I found through the years that my son is still friends with the students that he met in kindergarten here, and I'm still friends with many of the parents. And so, you know, that has a huge impact when you have the same goals and you kind of watch your children and your friends' children grow up and mature into young adults, have their own children that they want to attend Highland Park schools, and then you start as a grandparent watching all that also.
One of the things that I remember that's interesting about UP and kind of Highland Park was going back and teaching there, was teaching with some of the same teachers I had. And when I went back, there were 8 teachers there, or 8 people in the building that were there when I was there. And so that took a little bit used to doing, because they wanted you to call them your first name, and I was still Mr. and Mrs. and Coach and all that to them.
Back in the early 90s, we had 2 first-grade teachers, Mary Goodlow and Annette Giboney, that decided they wanted to celebrate National Pig Day. And that happens to be March 1st. So they actually found a company to bring a pot-bellied pig to place in a pen in the hallway of first grade to spend the day. But unfortunately, the pig got a little scared and escaped the pen and went running through the hallways for about 20 minutes before Mrs. Goodlow and Mrs. Giboney could actually corral the pig.
My 2nd grade and 3rd grade teacher, Miss Will Susan, and then her name was Miss Porter, she invited us to her wedding. So our whole class went to her wedding, and we thought that was a lot of fun. And each of the guys and each of the girls got to dance with her at her wedding. And she's still in the district, or still lives in the neighborhood.
University Park is steeped in tradition. A lot of things have stayed the same. A lot of things have changed with the years, but I guess tradition's probably the most important to me.
Each grade kind of does their own special thing. You know, for example, kindergartners, they do this precious Mother's Day. They make you a plate and you go in and they have tea for you, and it's, you know, so sweet.
I love the special days. I said Dr. Carter has a nice way of saying it, that we're a unique blend of high-performing students that love to have a lot of fun.
Carnival, different PTA functions have been around for years. Back in the 80s when I came here with my niece, I attended the carnival.
We used to dress up for the carnival, and I just remember dressing up as R2-D2, because that was kind of, Star Wars was the big thing at the time, and walking all the way down there, and just kind of went back to that hometown feel. Everybody was there lining streets, and it was a big deal.
You know, I think there are so many when you look back at all the wonderful things that happened. In 1970, we started what's known as our pumpkin contest.
And when I was in school and my brothers and sisters were in school, I mean, it was a big deal. You'd carve your pumpkin, you'd take it up there, you could pretty much make it anything you wanted.
From the very first year, it was just an incredible success, and I think it's grown into even this year. People stop, they see the pumpkins out on the front lawn, they stop, want to, you know, look at them, so it's been a great tradition.
And then, of course, in our 4th graders, we make a big deal about that because they're leaving the elementary school. And it is a lot different once you leave the environment of the elementary school.
One thing that's very meaningful is each year the seniors come back to their home campuses and have a Coke and cookie party with their previous teachers.
They want to see their 3rd grade play on video. They want to see, you know, the cozy corner where they were in library in kindergarten. They want to see all of these things and talk to these people that they went to elementary school with.
And to see these grown students, and you remember them from when they were in kindergarten through 4th grade, and all of a sudden they walk in and, you know, they're grown up, they're taller than you are, but you recognize those facial features, and it's such a meaningful event to be able to see them come back to their elementary campus.
I don't know of any other place that people will say, which elementary school did you go to?
Coming back to UP and to Highland Park, I have had some of my friends' kids. I've taught some of them.
I thought that was a neat aspect of it. My kids certainly love the fact that I attended UP Elementary, and now, you know, then all of a sudden they go through UP Elementary and think that that's neat, and I can point to my classroom and say that's where I was in 1st grade.
I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. They both graduated from Highland Park High School. My boy still lives here, and he has 2 children, and the youngest just graduated from Highland Park High School in this 2013 year. His oldest girl is a senior at Texas A&M.
And my father graduated from Highland Park as well, so it was, you know, I guess my kids are the 3rd generation now.
It's a unique experience, the elementary schools here in the district.
A long time ago in 1928, the superintendent of schools was a man named William Gable. And they were out looking for a principal for University Park Elementary. And he found a man, Joe Harris. And I have a letter in my possession which I just cherish. And the letter was from William Gable to Joe Harris in 1928, it's dated March 5th. And Superintendent Gable said to Joe, you know, that they were entering a partnership in inviting him to be principal of University Park, in which he expected for Joe Harris to create an elementary school with him that would be among the greatest in all the land. And I think that was where that excellence tradition for University Park was born.
And that's what Kathy Bryce strived to achieve. That's what, you know, Dawson Orch strives to achieve. And we continue to talk about that in our neighborhood. We have high expectations as parents. And I think the district has, has high expectations for the students. And it's excellence.
The reputation of the district is one that is, will educate your child and make them be a success to the best of their ability.
It's about people who are excited about the community, excited about the way the school system and the community work together, and who value education.
Academics is important. It's the #1 priority here. And then you have other areas where kids are achieving, excellence as well, extracurricular.
When we go out and watch these little biddies play soccer or t-ball or whatever, I said, that's why our high school teams are so good, because they started playing together when they were in 2nd grade or before, and very few of them move in and out. So you've got this same group of kids and these involved parents. So it's pretty pervasive, that excellence. So it's a great place to be.
So, I love that we have a vision for what opportunity these children will have right from the start. And every adult that's here, I think, joins hands and says, I'm part of that. I'm part of something bigger than any one of us can be. And it's great to know that.